Okay, so number 57. We have a pitch ball is hit by a batter at a 45-degree angle. That's important. 45-degree angle, and it just clears the outfield fence 98 meters away. If the fence is at the same height, so that will mean that it'll be 0-0. As the pitch, find the velocity of the ball when it left the bat. Ignore air resistance. So we'll draw a diagram. Hang on. So we have our batter. And so we'll say this is 0, height 0. And then here's our fence, which is 98 meters away. And then we have, so this is 0, this is 0. And then our ball, is going to go at a 45-degree angle. So we have, delete. Oh well. So this, ignore this, that's not right. This is 45 degrees. And the ball goes here. I'll draw a different color. We'll say it's a black baseball, which that doesn't exist, but whatever. So it goes like this. And it's just going to clear the fence. So now what we do is we are going to find... So we are going to find the velocity, which is this velocity right here. We'll do it in a different color so you can see better. Okay, so in order to find that, we need to use both equations. Well, you know those equations already, but we'll get to that later. So first, we can draw a diagram. So this value, the vertical velocity, will be v times sine, that's supposed to be an s, sine of 45. Because, well, using your SOHCAHTOA skills, you find that is supposed to be a sine of 45 times this velocity right here. So, and then the horizontal velocity will be this whole velocity at a 45-degree angle times the cosine of 45. And if we find this, we find that both are equal to the velocity times, which the sine of 45 and the cosine of 45 both equal 0.707 approximately. So that's going to be our value for both of these. So, moving down, maybe. Oops. Scroll down. How do we scroll? So, scrolling down, we will find that. Okay, so first, let us find what the so overall what we're going to do is we're going to find what t, or time, equals versus, like, in terms of this value right here, in terms of this value, which is the velocity, both horizontal and vertical. So we're going to find it time in terms of this, and then we're going to plug that value into the final distance equals 1/2 times acceleration due to gravity times t squared plus initial velocity times time plus 0. That's the overall view. So let's start by finding the horizontal distance. So we're going to go d equals vt. So we know that the distance is 98 meters. And we know that the velocity, the velocity is v. We're going to plug that in for velocity. V equals 0.707 times t. So then what we're going to do is we're going to divide this so we get t all by itself. I'm going to divide that, v over 0.707. I think that's the right value. Yep. And then, so moving down, we will have, we'll make t a different color, make t blue. So t is going to equal 98 over v times 0.707. So that is our time value right here. Now we're going to plug that into our big equation, which is, as you all know and love, d of f equals 1/2 a times t squared plus initial velocity times time plus distance initial, or height initial, same difference. Now, what we're going to do is plug and chug. Those who had Miss Parks, you know what plug and chug is, but we're going to plug this in for time. So now, and what other values do we know? We know that the two distances, remember, see, since it was at the same height, then this is 0. So the initial height was 0 and the final height was 0. So we can plug that into our equation. So we have, so we have 0 equals 1/2, and we know that the acceleration due to gravity is negative 9.8. That's a 9, not a 4. And then, let's slide this over a little bit or zoom out. Okay, and then we know that our time is going to be 98 over v times 0.707 squared plus initial velocity is going to be, let's see, our initial velocity, as I forgot to mention before, is going to be this value right here, because that is the initial vertical velocity. So we're going to plug this value in to initial velocity. So let's zoom out again. So we are going to, and then, so we go v times 0.7, that's a 707 times time, which is 98 over v times 0.707. And then, zoom out again, slightly getting bigger as we go along, but that's okay. Now we go plus distance final, which is, or distance initial, sorry, which is 0. So now that we have that all good and dandy, now we just go ahead and solve it out, or chug, I guess you could say. Now, so first of all, let's start by seeing what we can simplify, since this looks really intimidating, but it's really not. So first, we'll go with a different color. Let's go with red. Sure, why not? Now, so we see that, let's see, we can go 0 equals negative 4.9. Oops. Because negative 9.8 times 1/2 is negative 4.9. And then we can go here. And then we can find what 98 divided by 0.77 is. So then we just have a value over v, because that's what we're solving for, is v. So we're going to have 138.59 over v is squared, because these will cancel out, and leaving us with 138. And then plus, so since v 0.07, we can put that over 1, or we just know that those cancel out, so we have plus 98, and then the 0 just goes away, because it's 0. Okay, and then next, we can, let's go with this color. Now, we can subtract 98 from both sides. So we have negative 90, that's a 9, not a 4. 98 equals negative 4.9 times 138.59 over v squared. And then, now we can, let's see, let's do this first. So we are going to divide by negative 4.9. We'll just do it in the same color. Over negative 4.9. To get rid of that on that side, negative 4.9. And that equals, and that's going to give us 20. So we have 20 equals 1, well, the quantity, 138.5. This is really messy, I am sorry, but this pen is not working very well. Okay, squared over b. Okay, now we're going to continue solving this. So now we're going to distribute the square to 138.59 and b, leaving us with 20 equals, let's see, we have, what is that? 1 second. So after doing the math, we have 19207.1881, we'll just go to there, over b squared. So now we can do a proportion, or cross multiply, more like. So we have this over 1, cross multiply, so we have 20b squared equals 19207.1881 over 20 over 20, moving down. Then this gives us, we'll do a different color here. No, we'll just stay with the same color, that's easier. B squared equals, that is going to give us, I'm pretty sure, 960.36. Now, for our final step, we're going to square root both sides to get rid of this square right there. Then for our answer, what color shall we do it in? How about orange? And for our final answer, we have ooh, that's an ugly color, equals 31. And since it's velocity, we have 31 meters per second. This is our answer.